you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
They said, the last resident. The issue of irregularities. Is Nigeria the first, or is the 2023 election the first election to have irregularities? Why is it that this time around an interim government is needed?
Well, thank you for having me. I would like to start by saying that, you see, it's only in Nigeria that we have the right thing never wanted, the right thing not given the opportunity to be seen. We cannot continue to progress in the wrong direction. Nigeria needs to do the right thing at the right time. There is an idiomatic expression that if you hear anywhere, you know I was the one who said it. They had it from me first. I always say, anytime you refuse to do the right thing will do away with you at the right time. Just like what has caught up with President Buhari, the APC, and INEC, and all those who are supporting the illegitimacy of the declaration of INEC for Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is a crime bandit as far as we are concerned.
Doesn't this seem personal?
Yeah.
You know, people would expect
it's
that.
My personal opinion, count me worthy of it, but you see, truth must be said. A lot of people don't understand the word interim.
All right, so go ahead.
A lot of people don't understand what interim means. Interim is like a subsidiary of let me stand. Moreover, the democracy of Nigeria that we are enjoying today, it's a product of interim government. The Abu Salami Abubakar government is an interim government.
Under the military.
Under the military. So, interim means a provisional government. Also means an emergency arrangement when there's discrepancies and irregularities in the conduct of elections. It is not to say that because we have some people who have captured power by hook or by crook, using democracy as a yardstick, will now not be able to do the right thing for our country. For example, one of the reasons why we have asked this present administration under Buhari to consider interim government as a solution for a sustainable democracy for Nigeria at this time in question. If there is no litigation against and for the presidential election, we can say, okay, INEC has declared, nobody has gone to court, let's carry on with a transition committee that will take over. As I'm speaking to you, so another definition of interim government is transition government, or like a transition committee that has already been created by President Buhari on this issue to hand over government to the one that INEC has declared, which is false and against the wish of the Nigerian people. So practically, interim government is like electricity, good road, water supply. All Nigerians, every Nigerian who understands what interim means will understand that it is the only solution for Nigeria at this time. Because the court case will take 3 months. Handover date is May 29. The judges have refused to sit. They are wasting all the time because they have a hidden agenda to install Ahmed Bola Tinubu by force on the head of the Nigerian people. Why are they not starting up the case? International people who understand litigation on the presidency said 1 week, 7 days is enough for this trial to go over.
But it has never happened in Nigeria.
It can happen. It's a request. We have the legitimate right as Nigerians to ask for what we want. Just as we have asked for electricity, good road, good governance, respect for the rule of law, same way we are asking for the interim government. the request for electricity, is it in the Constitution of Nigeria? It is not. So it's the same way we are using the legitimate interest, the legitimate provision of being citizens to ask our president, who is the father of Nigeria, to consider interim government as a way out of the political pandemonium we found ourselves. Because if you look at it right now, we have not entered any political crisis yet, because there's a court case. But the court people who are in charge, the judges, have refused to resume.
They've not
using it to waste time.
Have they refused to resume, or is they're just going through the regular court process?
It's taking too much time, because
isn't
the
it
time
how long it takes normally?
It's taking too much time. Those are the things we want to stop in Nigeria. You want to hand over power to a man who did not win election. You want to hand over power to a man who people are in court against him. You want to hand over power to a man who becomes president and will now take over the advantage of the judiciary.
All right,
and the security apparatus to start killing people on the street.
Let's bring Mr. Ayodele into this. I'll pose the same question to you. He has repeated the call. So the issue now is, why now? Some persons still believe that the 2007 elections were some of the most fraught with irregularities that we ever had, and there was no interim government in that era. So the question again is, why now? Why are you calling for an interim government in 2023?
Thank you very much. If you look back in those days, we were teetering when it comes to democracy. We're barely coming into real democratic scene as at 2007. But today, we are more aware. We know better. You cannot take the knowledge of democracy of today, you can't compare it with that of 2007. Today, we are more resilient, we're more courageous, because we know better. Majority of the children that were born in the last 20 years don't know anything about the military. So the military barely handed over to civilian government in 2007. And today, we are more grounded democratically to be able to pursue what is right for our country.
All right. Now, back to the issues of, constitutional, whether it's constitutional or not. INEC has declared a winner. There is a president-elect who is set to be sworn in come May 29 or thereabout. So, is it right for you to say there should be another government, even though an election was held for the sole purpose of bringing in a government, and the electoral body has declared a winner?
There's this saying that said, two wrong can never make a right. The first wrong is for the electoral body to illegitimately declare a winner when all the constitutional qualifications are not met. The Nigerian people, the Nigerian masses know who they have voted for. They are saying, no, we did not vote for the man the INEC has declared. And INEC did not fulfill constitutional requirement to announce Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president. Therefore, there must be an interlude in terms of leadership exchange. We cannot allow anybody who we did not give our right to come and pretend over us as people. Enough is enough. INEC has done the wrong thing. The judiciary must do the right thing. They must speed up the judicial process to adjudicate judgment that will stop this incessant breaking of laws in this country.
All right, back to you, Mr. Barry.
Yes.
So the question now is, some persons might accuse you of having a personal vendetta against the president-elect. What do you make of that? Are you truly neutral, or is this an issue where you have problems with the president-elect, and so you've all decided that you don't want him there?
Well, for us, I don't think it's a personal fight against Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Ahmed Bola Tinubu is a Nigerian who carries dual citizenship that we've just confirmed of Guinea-Conakry. It's about the law of our country. It's not about hating Ahmed Bola Tinubu as a person. What I hate is the irregularities in that election. What I hate is the wickedness of the APC government against the Nigerian people. What I hate is not Ahmed Bola Tinubu. It's the process that brought him to being declared as president-select by INEC. You cannot make a law and at the same time go against that law. INEC had the opportunity of having a review of these elections even for 7 days according to the Electoral Act. We didn't see that action. We didn't see that action. So all this enough. All this is enough for us to say we didn't see this. Why do you think a lot of people are protesting on the streets? Why? It's because they are protesting to register their grievance that they did not vote for Ahmed Bola Tinubu of the APC. And there's nothing wrong in protesting. There's nothing wrong in registering a grievance that we have not voted for this person. How come this person becomes the winner? Moreover, the Electoral Act also gives us the opportunity to know that you must win or you must have a 25% in the Federal Capital Territory for you to be announced as president-elect. But we are seeing all that, and INEC has gone beyond abusing the Nigerian people. INEC has gone beyond putting their eyes in the eyes of the Nigerian people by not obeying the laws that rules them as an organization. Most of the time, I always tell people INEC is not independent. INEC becomes independent when the president of Nigeria has no hand in who becomes the INEC chairman. This INEC, led by Mahmoud Yakubu, is loyal to the Buhari's administration. It is clear. There's nothing anybody can tell us about that. Because you cannot go against the wish of the Nigerian people to announce somebody who did not win election. Even when you had 7 days to review the activities of discrepancies and irregularities of the collation of results. So practically, for me, if you ask me, we from the Vote Must Count International Initiative Group, we have said this time without number, it's not about Buhari as a person, it's not about Ahmed Bola Tinubu, it's not about Peter Obi or Atiku or Kwankwaso, it's about the future of a Nigeria that we all want to live in. Look at the insecurity all over the country. Look at the kidnappings and the stealing and the looting in this country. The body language of the president is enough to tell you that he is not interested in what happens in Nigeria. He's only interested in handing over to somebody who didn't win election. Buhari promised Nigerians that he was going to hand over to a safer, a united, and a more peaceful Nigeria. What did we get? We even saw Buhari committing a crime against the Electoral Act. But because he is president, he cannot be arrested. But we are waiting after May 29 if we can get him go past through the litigations of being sued. Because for us, we see that the Nigerian people should even sign petitions for the president of Nigeria to be sued in the IIC for genocide. Because you cannot tell me that a lot of people didn't lose their life during the elections. The body language of the president has not apologized to any Nigerian.
Was that caused by the president?
Of course, the body language. When you appoint people who are not capable and you put them in positions of importance, like the issue of the wreck in Adamawa State, we all saw what happened. You have the video, you have played it, the Nigerian people have seen it. Are these the kind of people that should be given positions? These positions, appointments, were based on impunity. That's why we have seen the cry of the Nigerian people. That's why you see the people are fighting all over to make sure that their mandate is being restored.
All right. You mentioned that you might seek prosecution or suing of the president after he's out of office.
Yes.
But interestingly, he's the person who would accede to your request for an interim government.
Yes.
So let's even get to the specifics of it. I think we just mentioned it and we don't go into details. What exactly do you expect to see when you call for interim government? Who is setting it up? Who are the persons involved? What powers do they have? What difference does it make in the judicial process that is already underway?
Well, I think the interim government is supposed to be a group of people who they are assigned to hand over power. Hand over to a transition government that will run the activities of government, because the constitution does not allow President Buhari to stay in office for more than 1 second after May 29. So when Buhari is going, so he should hand over to somebody who did not win election?
So does the constitution allow?
Yes, the constitution allows that.
Let me win.
The constitution allows that.
How so?
It is going to be a case of request. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in the capacity of President Muhammadu Buhari, can send a letter of request to the National Assembly that since there's an issue of discrepancy and irregularities and the court litigation for the 2023 presidential election, we hereby request for this administration to hand over to the transition committee headed by Boss Mustafa, who is the head of the transition committee already appointed by President Buhari,
what is the
to take over government until the court case finishes. Why are they in a hurry?
You can come in now. Let's see.
Okay, good. If you check during the transitional era of Yar'Adua to Jonathan, we find ourselves in a quagmire.
Yeah.
Where the National Assembly have to step in, where they created a doctrine. They call the doctrine of necessity.
Necessity.
That doctrine helped us out after that quagmire as at that time. It is not anything more than what we are requesting for. It's just that it's in a different format. Now we have a situation